Alex Reads. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about summer reads, but my summer reads are a little bit different from everyone else's, of course, because I tend to read serious books during the summertime. Well, I read serious books all through the year, but I noticed, I was looking at my Goodreads, I do tend to sometimes focus on serious books, meaning, a lot of weight, sometimes a lot of family drama, a little bit of trauma. And I think reason why I do that, I know it's psychological, but a lot of times in the summertime, it's hot, it's sunny, and I'd rather read a book that has a lot of, heaviness and like on a sunny day on a beach or a lake, as opposed to like wintertime where it's snow and it's cold and raining and I'm reading a book with a lot of, drama and trauma. Even though y'all know I always say I love that drama and that tea, but I do tend to read like some heavier novels during the summertime. So I want to talk about some of those, and then I have some that are a little bit lighthearted, and then I want to mention two that I have not read that I want to read before the summer ends this year. So let's just get started. So when I looked at my Goodreads, I did want to see what like serious books I read some past years, and three of them stuck out to me. So the first book is Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. Now with this book, I would highly recommend you guys listen to it and read it because it was fantastic. And I remember reading this during the pandemic, during the summertime, and I needed an escape, especially during those times. And this, it got me, okay? What got me with this is, first of all, I learned about the usage of pronouns. Did not know that. Another thing I like about this book is they read like short stories, and you will see the connection through the end. And then there was another story in this book where it involved a son-in-law, a mother-in-law, and the daughter. My mouth was, yes, this is fantastic. Next, y'all know how much I talk about this author so many times. I mean, my favorite, and it is Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. It was so funny. I was talking to my sister yesterday. We have the same hair stylist, and she was asking my sister, she wanted to get into more Black literature. My sister was telling her about Chimamanda, and she's like, my sister really loves her and raves about her. And she's like, yeah, I know, but she's just so serious. And my sister said the same thing. And I'm like, y'all have not read Chimamanda. Okay. I do understand when y'all say she's serious, because she is an intellect at its best. If you watch her interviews, if you read some articles, the girl don't play, okay? She is very, very headstrong, very serious, and all of that. Her books, if you guys read them, they are love stories. This is a simple love story. And then like with Half of the Yellow Sun, the background is Biafran War, but with that, there is a love story with that, and then there is a betrayal between some sisters. Purple Hibiscus, that's about a family, and the dad is very religious. So although she comes off as you would think she would write books that are almost like critical analysis, she doesn't. Overall, she's actually very easy to read. Yesterday, I'm like, you need to read Chimamanda, okay? And you will understand. And lastly, for a serious book, oh, this one deep. Perfect Peace by Daniel Black. He has become an automatic buy for me. I have never read anything like this before. You have a Black family that's in Arkansas during the 40s, I want to say? 40s or 50s. You have a mom that has, 8 children? 7 children. She gets pregnant with number 8. She has all boys, and she's like, why, Lord, are you giving me all these boys? I want a girl. She get pregnant again with that 8th child, and yet again, it is a boy. And she says, no, this is not a boy, this is a girl. And for 8 years, Perfect lives as a girl. And one day her mom tells her, you're not a girl, you're a boy, you need to act like it. Again, never read a book like this. You do got to get your mind right a little bit, because Yeah, but it's not that traumatic. I would tell you guys if it's like, oh my goodness, it have some traumatic bits, because I mean, you could imagine you have a, an 8-year-old girl that is biologically a boy, and you tell her you gotta live as a boy now, and only thing you know is dolls and dresses. Like, that mama needed to be beat. Ooh, girl. I would say though, I would like to know more about Perfect. I wish he'd do like a sequel to it, because it's a lot to unpack, and especially about those other brothers. There's one particular brother I don't want to say because I don't want to ruin it for y'all, but it was like, oh, now you get it. Y'all, I cannot rave about this book more. This fantastic. Now, for kind of like the lighthearted books, I say it loosely because y'all know how I do, but these books are mainly, but these books, of course, they all black sisterhood, black friendship. I love that, especially during the summertime. I love that all throughout the year, but in the summertime, it's nothing like black friendship group, kind of like a Waiting to Excel, girlfriends type of vibe. Love it. So, okay. First, it is Sisters and Lovers by Connie Briscoe. This, y'all, first of all, it's set in the 90s, and it's three sisters, and you have one sister that like the know-it-all. Okay, she's like usually the oldest. She's married, so she think that she got her stuff together. Little does she know, her marriage is toe up. You got another sister that's single, the youngest. She, wants a man, but it's just like she just can't keep one, and then don't last. The man be trifling and da 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 da. And then you have another one, the middle sister, where she's married, she got a kid, she's kind of going through it financially. She does have a husband, but he don't really do nothing right. She's a mother, so she's dealing with, motherhood. So you get like every perspective, like of life, single person, a married person, a person with a child. And you just see how their lives, and you just see how, they live day to day. I really did enjoy this so much. Some serious bits, and also had some funny bits. There was a scene, the younger sister was dating a white man, and this is during the time where like interracial dating was kind of like a taboo, and he was real white, and the older sister was like, I just don't know about him. And I think he had a little name that was real typical white guy, like a Bob or something like that. But it was so funny. I love the dialogue in this book. Next is Eric Jerome Dickey, The Blackbirds. This is actually categorized as an erotica, and I did not know it, but it has a storyline. And that's one reason why I like it. And I'm a fan of Eric Jerome Dickey's writings, that I can take him writing a black woman. Because I've said that time and time again. I have a problem when black men write black women, because they just get it wrong. AKA Tyler Perry. But he can do it right. He does make us a little bit dramatic, but he knows how to write a black woman. This one, it is 4 friends. They have known each other for some years now, and have one that's married, you got one that's single. There was one friend where she starts dating the girl's daddy, and drama and tea, but it was done right. But it also has that friendship base that I really love. But this one will shock you too, because of some things Eric Jerome Dickey wrote, especially when it came to like some sexual things. It's like, did you try that? Where did you do that at? But it still was really good. I would recommend this. And then lastly is How Still I Got Her Groove Back by Terry McMillan. I had to mention this because now this does give you like beach read, okay? Because it's clearly you have a woman, Stella Payne. She's overworked. She is divorced. She has a young son, and she's like, you know what? I just need a break. I need a break. And her friend like, girl, let's go to Jamaica. And they go, and then she meet Winston, who was 20 years old, and oh girl, and Stella 40. And now I have to say, the book and the movie, they were basically the same. They honestly were. I think did the book explored a little bit more with the sisters' relationship, but even in the movie, you still saw their relationship. But it did explore just a tiny bit. But if I'm being honest, if you've watched the movie, you almost don't need to read the book because it's that close to it. Now, I made a mistake with this, y'all. I listened to this and read it at the same time, and I would tell you guys not to do that. Although I love Terry McMillan and her dialogue is A1, and I'm a Terry McMillan fan, okay? Read about 5 of her books. But she does not know how to narrate. And for some reason, she narrates almost all of her books. Like, for example, in Getting to Happy, they had like real live actresses, okay? Girl, she was like, I'm gonna be in this audiobook. I'm gonna be somebody. And she girl almost tore that up. And Waiting to Excel, she does a whole narrating. And it's like that book is just so good, and the writing and dialogue, but she does not have a good speaking voice. I'm sorry, Terry. Whew. And with this one, y'all, she did a horrible Jamaican accent when she did Winston. And also, she would slip into, when she was doing Stella's parts, she would also like slip into a Jamaican accent. It's like, Stella's not Jamaican. Y'all, again, I would recommend y'all read this. If you do want to read it, physically read it, okay? And then if you don't want to read it, y'all just watch the movie, because the movie is basically the same as the book. But this screams beach read, and I love this edition. Like, first of all, it's so pretty. And lastly, I have 2 books that I want to read, and I also want to talk about a current series that I am reading this summer. But the 2 books I do want to read before the summer ends is Out of Office, a Harlequin novel by A.H. Cunningham that just came out in May, I believe, and I got it actually the day that it came out. The next one I want to read is Curvy Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. Cover is so pretty. I already know it's going to be a fun summer read, and I've seen people talk about this book in reviews, and they had good things to say about it. Okay, and then lastly, I want to talk about a series that I just started. Picked it up on a whim, and I am actually really enjoying it. Shockingly, it is not by a Black author. It is romance, and it kind of gives me a little bit of a Bridgerton vibe. And only the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of siblings, and each sibling gets his own book. But that's basically it. And it is called the Bergman Brothers series. I think I've told you guys some of these books before. I currently finished this one. Wait. I finished this one today, and I believe there's 7 books in this series. I have one that's coming in the mail. First of all, look at these covers. Oh, aren't these covers so pretty? But these books have a disability representation that I really do like, meaning like the first book is deaf. This one, the main girl, she is Frankie. She has rheumatoid arthritis. This one is a marriage at crisis, but the young man, Aiden, he deals with anxiety, like very, very bad anxiety, where he has to take medicine. And then the last one, this one deals with the young man he has autism, and then she has, is it irritable bowel syndrome? Celiac, I think that's what it's called. I have never read a series or a story that even had, those representations, and just the fact that it also is wrapped into romance. I love it. And again, every sibling gets their own book. But yeah, I have been reading this series. I again picked it up on a whim. I know she has another series that I think I am going to pick up after I'm done with this one. Again, it's the Bergman Brothers by Chloe Leese. I would highly recommend this series because it actually is really good. Again, you get serious aspects, but you also get that romance. And then I have to say too, another reason why I like this, I might sound some type of way, but look. Okay, I'm used to reading Black romances, and some of the terminologies that, they use to describe different body parts, it's different from what white authors. I notice, I'm generalizing what they say, but for her, she got a little swagger to her that I can really appreciate. And I sometimes forget, sometimes, that this is a white author. She do got that swagger. I think that's one reason why I do like this series, because this one in particular, the marriage crisis, she got her man together. Okay, he was messing up in their marriage, and that read was, it was a Nene read. Okay, so far I'm loving that series. So yeah, guys, that's it when it comes to this video. Again, just want to talk about some books that I have read in the summer. Yeah, guys, that's all I have for you, and I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.